Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It is the weekend, so let's do the whole doggone thing. Saturday, April the 16th is National Bean Counter Day, National Eggs Benedict Day.
I love Eggs Benedict.
National Healthcare Decision Day, National Orchid Day, National Wear Your Pajamas to Work Day, and National Auctioneers Day. I should have probably said that faster, though, shouldn't I?
I love wearing my pajamas to work.
I know you do. Hey, Sunday, the 17th of April, is Easter, which we already knew, but it's other stuff, too, like International Bat Appreciation Day. Nope. Sorry, not going to appreciate bats.
Yeah,
I like
I
that they eat
agree.
mosquitoes and stuff, but I still just get kind of creeped out by them. National Cheese Ball Day. Sunday is National Crawfish Day, National Ellis Island Family History Day, and National Haiku Poetry Day. And I'm going to stop you right there, Heidi. You're not doing a haiku this year. She always likes to try to recite a haiku, and it usually ends up in a whole lot of bleeping.
There once was a man from Nantucket.
We're just going to stop right about there. Hey, it is also the weekend, and I have a guest. I've got America's Money Answers man, Mr. Jordan Goodman, joining us in just a bit. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
What can I say that I haven't already said about bettercreditcards.com? It's a website. You go there to get a better credit card. Okay, that's really probably all I need to say for most of you, but I still have time left, so how about this? At bettercreditcards.com, we have different kinds of credit cards, some with better points and perks, some designed to help you build your credit. Whatever stage of life you happen to be in, we want to help. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. 5% of people who own a dishwasher say they never, ever, ever use it. 5%.
We have a lovely coworker who is in that same boat.
He just got a brand new dishwasher. He's like, I never
He's like,
even used the old one.
I'll never turn it on.
So,
Yep.
Also, 33% say we've made new friends in the last year. I try to make new friends all the time. So some of them even exist.
I know enough people.
Yeah. The rest are just imaginary friends. 40% of adults say they are currently working at their dream job. I like what I'm doing. I don't know if I'd say it's my dream job, but I'd say it's pretty close. I love what I'm doing. 22% say they can eat an entire pizza themselves.
I could eat an entire pizza myself, sadly.
Yeah, me too. And finally, 60% of us admit we don't know our own next door neighbor's name. I do. Heidi does too. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Are you looking for an energy drink that's natural, lasts longer, has no dyes, no artificial flavorings, and no sugar? Blitz Energy Drink is the answer. With only 10 calories per serving and 200 milligrams of caffeine, our formula will help increase your focus, endurance, mood, and energy levels. Order now at drinkblitzenergy.com. Use promo code RADIO20 to save 20% and get free shipping on any canister. drinkblitzenergy.com. Promo code RADIO20. That's drinkblitzenergy.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by RadioTravelGroup.com. Heidi, did you know? UK scientists say they've come up with a new technique capable of rewinding the aging of skin cells by about 30 years.
Whatever.
Yeah. Researchers from the Babram Institute Epigenetics Research Program, I hope I said all of that right, they claim that the partly restored function of older cells, they are doing this without losing their specialized function. These partially rejuvenated cells also show signs of behaving more like youthful cells. They say the research could have implications for regenerative medicine and create cells that are better at healing wounds. What do you think of all that?
Yeah.
Heidi's a bit skeptical.
I'm just a little bit skeptical.
But if you could put a cream in a tube and sell it to her for $500, she'd probably buy it. So
Hey, I saw it work.
Oh, yeah. All right. We don't know everything, but now we know this. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. It's no surprise that we absolutely loved Betty White. We talked about that.
Oh,
I think
for
most
sure.
people do. Well, some items that once belonged to her, including a gold watch from her mother, going up for auction in September. Awards, paintings, scripts, jewelry, red carpet outfits, and more from the Golden Girl actress put on display at Julienne's Auctions in Beverly Hills. Julianne said the auction of exclusive items from Betty White's home and her residence in Carmel, so 2 different places that she owned, where she lived with her husband and then where she also retired. Most of the items, it says the most personal item, rather, is a 14-karat gold watch that was gifted to Betty in 1940 with the initials TCW, which stands for Tessa White. That's Betty's mom.
Okay.
White died at age 99 back on December 31st. J-Lo and Ben Affleck are getting married. They're at least engaged again,
Wow.
so I think we probably spent enough time talking about that already.
I think we have to.
And I think there's other story. If you want to read the rest, it's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Join us in October for The Sands, a week of music and fun that's been described as the best week ever by many guests. This year we have more icons and more fun. Loverboy, Belinda Carlisle, Lou Gramm, Vanilla Ice, Samantha Fox, Firehouse, and many more already on the schedule. Plus, more announcements coming soon. Plan to join us October 25th through the 30th at Planet Hollywood Beach Resort Cancun. This all-inclusive event will be the time of your life. Learn more now at radiotravelgroup.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. What's an early warning sign that the economy might be tanking? Your britches. Yeah, your under britches. According to the former U.S. Federal Reserve Chairman Alan Greenspan, he became a bit famous for his theory of underwear as a key economic predictor. He believes that nobody else sees men's underwear except in the locker room. So the thinking is that underwear sales are usually stable, and when they dip, that means men are so broke they're deciding not to replace their underbritches. And that stat has been backed up, and it backs up a theory over and over. They've proven that there's some findings, and some are strange, some are supported by economic indicators. There's another one called the Skyscraper Index. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
It's a theory that an increase in very tall buildings happens as we're approaching a bust. And when that building, when a building that breaks a record for the world's tallest is completed, an economic crisis is imminent. So they're saying part of that is because, well, now we've spent all this money building this thing and everything else is going to tumble down. I don't know. Another one called the Lipstick Index. Have you heard of this one?
I have not.
The purchase of cosmetics, especially lipstick, are inversely related to the economy because women replace more expensive purchases with smaller pick-me-ups. They say this was revised to the moisturizing index during the COVID shutdown as consumers turned to skincare as they were donning masks and worked from home. No, that's interesting. And the last one is dating site index. Matchup sites enjoy a boost during economic busts. Why? It says unemployed people have plenty of time to swipe left or right. So online dating is a relatively inexpensive thing. So that's why they believe that is happening. So all of these things.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. All right. Coming up, we're going to talk to America's Money Answers Man. We have Mr. Jordan Goodman. I don't know if I'll ask him about any of these things, but we're going to chat with him about some fun economic stuff that's on the way. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Are you ready to enjoy a little slice of paradise? Check out this beautiful family-owned, professionally managed vacation rental in sunny Poipu, Kauai, Hawaii. Our family stayed recently and we absolutely loved it. The area is so beautiful and the vacation rental has room for up to 6 guests. Why stay in hotel rooms when you can all enjoy your own area in a vacation rental? Visit Hawaii and make your trip to this tropical paradise one to remember. Learn more at radiotravelgroup.com. That's radiotravelgroup.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend. Our guest is Jordan Goodman. He is America's Money Answers Man. He's literally written the book when it comes to finances. Not one, he's written like 13 books. You can find those and much, much more on his website, moneyanswers.com. And we've got him on the line right now. We haven't talked to you in like a month. And in the last month, I feel like, the financial world has gone from like a simmer almost to a boil, Jordan.
Well, we have. The Federal Reserve is going to be raising rates more aggressively now because inflation is really roaring. Inflation is at about 8%. I think it could go up to as much as 10%. You've got gas prices rising at the pump well into the $4 range. Plus, in California, it's over 7. You've got food prices like wheat and all kinds of food going up sharply. Fertilizer is going up and going to be in short supply. So inflation is really raging here, and the Federal Reserve is way behind the curve. They're at half of 1% with inflation at about 8%. So you're going to see rising interest rates try to dampen down this inflation. And frankly, John, I don't think it's going to work. I think you're going to continue to have a lot of inflation.
Well, Jordan, people typically fall into one of these two camps, so let's talk about both of them. There's some people who have money invested, and they're trying to get that money to work for them. But there's other people who maybe don't have money invested. They need to get loans for things. So let's talk, first of all, whether or not this is a good time to get loans, but let's talk about people who have money invested and want to put that money to work for them. What should they be doing right now?
In traditional stocks, the high-flying stocks get hurt by rising interest rates. The technology stocks and things like that. But the more traditional kind of cyclical stocks do better in this kind of environment. So that's where you want to, with high dividends. Banks would be an example, real estate investment trusts, those are going to do well in this environment. And for those who are borrowing, expect higher interest rates. I mean, the mortgage rates are almost at 5% now on 30-year fixed-rate mortgages. You're going to see rising rates on interest rates on credit cards, on student loans, on business loans. So it's going to, the longer you wait, the more it's going to cost you if you take out a loan.
So right now might not be the best time to get a new loan, but then again, if somebody's in a situation where they need to buy a home or need to buy a car or need to buy something where they need to get a loan, sometimes you're just in a position where you just kind of have to do it, don't you?
Well, you need it, and you're going to have to pay more for it. That's right. And if you've got, like credit cards are typically adjustable rates, so as the rates go up from the Federal Reserve, they're going to keep going up and up. I think we could have 6 interest rate increases this year from the Federal Reserve. The next one in early May is probably going to be half a percentage point. The last one they did in March was a quarter of a percentage point. So they're going to keep moving at a faster and faster pace because they're trying to catch up with raging inflation here.
And for people who maybe have a credit card that's not the greatest credit card and they find themselves paying a lot of interest or not getting very good points, you've got some resources for that too, don't you?
So there's a website called myguidetocreditcards.com where they can get better interest rates on credit cards. Even a 0% bounce transfer offer would be a good idea as well. So yes, it's time to get better credit cards because the ones you've got now are probably going to go up and up all the time.
And for people listening who are going, boy, I would like to know more, you're in luck because Jordan Goodman has literally written the book on many different topics, 13 different books, and we can find all of those right on your website, Jordan?
At moneyanswers.com, that's correct. Thank you.
Absolutely. Again, Jordan, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us this weekend.
Okay, thank you, John. Appreciate it.
Again, Jordan Goodman, he is America's Money Answers man. You can find him on his website. It is moneyanswers.com. And when you go there, he's got a whole bunch of resources. Like we mentioned, he's also got 13 different books. So if you're saying, hey, I want to learn a lot more, he's got 13 different books and there's different topics. Each book has its own topic. Again, you can find that and much, much more on his website, moneyanswers.com. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend.
What can I say that I haven't already said about bettercreditcards.com? It's a website. You go there to get a better credit card. Okay, that's really probably all I need to say for most of you, but I still have time left, so how about this? At bettercreditcards.com, we have different kinds of credit cards, some with better points and perks, some designed to help you build your credit. Whatever stage of life you happen to be in, we want to help. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
All babies are born with blue eyes, and then they change colors.
Really?
Yeah, according to this thing. I don't know. I'm just reading what I found on the internet. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Your fingernails grow faster when you are cold. Huh.
Oh.
Fascinating. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
A housefly's taste buds are located on their feet. 10 million times
I did know that.
as sensitive as your taste buds, by the way. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
A cockroach can change direction up to 25 times in a single second.
Okay.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
In 1980, the Yellow Pages accidentally listed a Texas funeral home under frozen foods. Oh, my goodness.
Really bad.
That is really bad. And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Facebook has more users than the population of the United States, China, Russia, Mexico, and Brazil combined.
I would believe that as well.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of people on that Facebook. Hey, by the way, if you happen to be on there, we are too. You can find us at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
Are you looking for an energy drink that's natural, lasts longer, has no dyes, no artificial flavorings, and no sugar? Blitz Energy Drink is the answer. With only 10 calories per serving and 200 milligrams of caffeine, our formula will help increase your focus, endurance, mood, and energy levels. Order now at drinkblitzenergy.com. Use promo code RADIO20 to save 20% and get free shipping on any canister. drinkblitzenergy.com. Promo code RADIO20. That's drinkblitzenergy.com.
Now, the question of the day comes your way courtesy of radiotravelgroup.com. Heidi, here's your question. In a survey, 1 in 5 people say this is the biggest annoyance in their home. What is it? Why are you pointing at me?
The biggest annoyance.
The biggest annoyance. We have this, and it is a big annoyance for me. I'm not going to look around because I don't want you to, but it's probably on me right now.
It's on you.
It probably
Dog
is.
fur?
Yes, pet hair.
Okay.
I love our puppy so much, but I quite often wear dark colored shirts, and she's got light colored hair. And when she comes over to snuggle with me and give me hugs, she just wiggles and all over the place, and I end up with dog hair all over the place. And now we've got dog hair on our sofa. We've got dog hair everywhere.
It's not that bad.
It is too. So I can understand why. The answer, 1 in 5 people say dog hair is the biggest annoyance, or I'm sorry, pet hair, biggest annoyance in their home. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Join us in October for The Sands, a week of music and fun that's been described as the best week ever by many guests. This year we have more icons and more fun. Loverboy, Belinda Carlisle, Lou Gramm, Vanilla Ice, Samantha Fox, Firehouse, and many more already on the schedule. Plus, more announcements coming soon. Plan to join us October 25th through the 30th at Planet Hollywood Beach Resort Cancun. This all-inclusive event will be the time of your life. Learn more now at radiotravelgroup.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A Texas drone business teamed up with an online content creator to create a giant QR code over Dallas to rickroll the entire city on April Fool's Day.
Oh, fun.
This is really kind of neat. People on the ground would look up in the sky and they'd see a QR code that was formed by all of these drones that were just hovering in the air. So they'd pull out their phone to take a photo of it, but when they would do that, the QR code would lead them to a YouTube video of a Rick Astley song.
That's
Never
adorable.
gonna give you up, never gonna let you down.
That's an expensive little
Yeah, the classic
gag.
prank known as a Rick roll. In a Facebook post, digital content creator Jared Gaines, known as the creator of the epic Nerf battle, said, "That's right, Dallas. You witnessed the first ever drone Rickroll in history." By the way, if you want to see what it looks like, I have a link to it, and it's not just the video Rickrolling you. It's a video to see what it looked like in the sky. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. It says on here, Elon plus 9. It was a down year for billionaires. There were 87 fewer billionaires in 2021 than there have been in previous years.
87
fewer. According to Forbes' annual World Billionaires list. I did take a scan of this to see, and they forgot us on the list again, Heidi.
Always do.
Yeah. They're worth $400 billion less than a year ago, by the way. Rihanna's stakes in the beauty and lingerie business helped her become Barbados' first billionaire at $1.7 billion. Lord of the Rings director Peter Jackson, $1.5 billion, also joined the list for 2022. I guess this is for 2022. I was thinking it was 2021. They must do the beginning of the year. Here are the 10 richest people in the world. We'll start with number 10. Mukesh Ambani, $90 billion. I'm going to just do the names really quick now. Steve Ballmer from Microsoft, Larry Ellison Software, Sergey Brin, Google, Larry Page, Google, Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway is number 5, Bill Gates is 4, Microsoft, the Bernard Assault family, LMVH Fashions is number 3. Number 2, Jeff Bezos from Amazon, $171 billion, and the richest man in the world, Elon Musk, Tesla, SpaceX, and much, much more. $219 billion with a B.
Wouldn't you hate to have the kind of money where people are talking about, this is how much money this person has?
We've never had to worry about that.
Oh, and we won't.
All right. There you go. That is
it would be awful.
The list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Are you ready to enjoy a little slice of paradise? Check out this beautiful family-owned, professionally managed vacation rental in sunny Poipu, Kauai, Hawaii. Our family stayed recently and we absolutely loved it. The area is so beautiful and the vacation rental has room for up to 6 guests. Why stay in hotel rooms when you can all enjoy your own area in a vacation rental? Visit Hawaii and make your trip to this tropical paradise one to remember. Learn more at radiotravelgroup.com. That's radiotravelgroup.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of insurancechicken.com. They're known for quotes too, Heidi. Insurance quotes.
Yes, they are.
What I did. Okay, pull it together, John. All right, Dorothy Parker. That's who our quote is from today. Dorothy Parker. Dorothy says, "Money cannot buy health, but I'd settle for a diamond-studded wheelchair."
I love that.
I do too. I thought that was pretty cute. All right, that is the quote of the day. Comes your way, courtesy of insurancechicken.com. I'd also like to remind you that you, yes, you have the power to put a quote right here in front of me. If you're going, hey, I got a funny quote, and it doesn't have to be somebody famous, by the way. It could be you. Do you have a funny quote? You could submit that funny quote at the bottom of, I'm serious, at the bottom of the page at jordangoodman.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of radiotravelgroup.com. All right, here we go. A man who won $217 million in a lottery jackpot decided to spend nearly all of that to help save the planet. How cool is that? The winner, nicknamed Guy by the French Lottery, the group there, he won in December of 2020. At the time, the jackpot was the largest in the history of Euro Millions. That is a lottery that involves several different European countries, including France and the UK and many, many others. He said that he is putting the bulk of his winnings towards a thing called Anyama, A-N-Y-A-M-A.
Okay.
It's a nature foundation that he created. Why did he create a nature foundation? He said, the priority today is saving this planet. We must act. It's an absolute emergency. So he had $217 million to start up such a thing. If you, Heidi, right now, if I said, hey, you just won $217 million, would you start up a nonprofit of some kind? And if you did, what would you help with that? Is there anything in particular you'd think of?
No, I wouldn't.
I cannot believe that. I thought for sure you would say for children.
Well, it would help. I wouldn't start a nonprofit. There are many nonprofits that already do that. Yeah, I would fund St. Jude's.
All right. See, it was my mistake by not saying, because I was saying if you had to start one. But yeah, you wouldn't have to start one. I wasn't even thinking.
No,
Heidi's not a joiner. She would not start a committee that she had to go to.
I would not start a committee. I would not buy a website. I would not do anything.
No, but you would put money towards helping kids.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I knew that you would. All right. Hey, this is some good news. So if we win $217 million, I'm going to hold you to that. Good news brought to you by radiotravelgroup.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great weekend. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.